Okay, don't consider this like a review or anything. I've only played like a stage and a little bit of a second stage, but I know that there's some games that come out that people are really iffy on, especially the low budget, no one's talking about it kind of games, like this Young Justice Legacy, and people are like, who's gonna take the plunge? Who's gonna try it first? Well, I decided to try it because I was like, hey, I like 4-player co-op type things, and yeah, it's not so hot. Which you can kind of tell from the graphics. Look, graphics aren't everything. A game can look terrible and still be good, but when your game looks like this, no, I'm sorry, this is an embarrassment. I don't care what system it's on. And like the VSync, I'm playing it on 360, and the VSync is pretty darn embarrassing on this thing. And the way it plays is kind of sluggish and clunky. Let me get one thing straight here. It's not unplayable. This Young Justice game, it is not unplayable. I could see you enjoying it if you were a big fan of the show, you didn't care that it had a throwaway plot, and you just really wanted to play as the characters, and maybe if you got some friends together. Like, the way it works is X is weak attack, Y is strong attack, A jumps, B dashes, hold right trigger and hit a face button to do a special move. And, yeah, it's sort of a 4-player Diablo-y type of game, but the combat is really... Just look at the way it looks, okay? A picture's worth 1,000 words. Again, not a full review, but remember how when I played Pac-Man the Ghostly Adventures, I, like, instantly knew the moment I started playing that it was a good game without even facing a single enemy? This game is, like, the opposite of that. Like, you look at these animations, you look at these character models, you're like, oh no, I'm in for it. I found the combat really unsatisfying unless I was playing as Robin. Like, Robin feels like the only proper character. Everyone else just feels sluggish and wonky, and oh, good lord, the game's hideous. And a lot of, I heard like one person complain about it just based entirely on the plot because it has a crappy throwaway plot, big surprise. And I didn't have big expectations, alright? You know what I was hoping for? You ever play the Teen Titans game on PS2 and Xbox and GameCube? That's what I was hoping for. I loved that game. That game was fucking brilliant. Like, it had drop-in, drop-out multiplayer, and you use the D-pad to switch characters, and, like, the characters were all there, like, all the time, which is kinda like how this one works, but, like, not quite. Like, instead of having a character assigned to each direction on the D-pad, it's used left and right to cycle through them, and it doesn't feel anywhere near as good as that Teen Titans game. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as that Teen Titans game. I'm completely serious. It's not about the polygons, it's about how you use them, people. Okay? It's, again, not unplayable, but this is a pretty grody game. You can tell it's from the same people who made Monster High 13 Wishes. Big surprise. And, yeah, I like the fact that it's only $40, but Pac-Man the Ghostly Adventures is also only $40. It's a much better game. Also, Aquapazza, which isn't really that impressive, but it's still a much, much better game, and that's only $30. My point is, you could do a lot better than this for $40. Like, even at that price, this game's pretty gross. Just, yeah, so there you go. There's some gameplay footage and me talking about how it kind of grossed me out. Again, fans of the game might still enjoy it, but... Or fans of the series, that is. I'm just saying, be careful. It's a bit of a wonky one. Hope that helped you out. Not saying don't spend your money on it, just saying go in with very, very low expectations. Or alternately, go track down that Teen Titans game on GameCube, because that was freaking awesome. Like, I seriously loved that game. It had some dumb things. Like, sometimes when you leveled up, your moves would actually get worse instead of better. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty cool. Oh, there's one thing I want to know, though. You see, somehow, this fucking game has online multiplayer. You can play it 4-player online co-op. So if you could drag some friends into picking it up, yeah, you could play it 4-player online co-op. Why doesn't Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon, because I don't know, have online multiplayer if this game does? Can someone explain that to me? Because I was really looking forward to that game, and I found out it didn't have online multiplayer, and I was like, well, not sure I want to spend $40 on a dungeon crawler I can't play online that doesn't look that impressive offline. Yeah, like, I'm not normally a stickler for online play, but that genre, you know, I just... You want to know what the saddest thing is? We don't have a good... I can use the past tense. We didn't get a good online co-op multiplayer dungeon crawler this generation, this past generation now. You want to know what the best one was? Kingdom Under Fire Circle of Doom. And that game got bashed when it came out. Everyone hated that thing. Now, you're at best in its genre. That's fucking sad, and it's not like we didn't try. Bunch of games came out. They all fucked up. Kingdom Under Fire Circle of Doom. If you haven't tried it, it's probably... Last I checked, it was only $7. It's probably less. Speaking of things you could spend your money on... Sorry, a little sick here. Speaking of things you can spend your money on, Battle Fantasia is only $3 at GameStop now if you're getting it on 360. And that's an awesome game. I picked up 2 because I could just give them to friends. You never know when you need a spare. Battle Fantasia is $3 fucking. That's less than a Pokemon Rumble, you figure. Okay, just yeah. I'm rambling now. That's some Young Justice footage. I hope it didn't make you throw up. Yeah, bye.